Hello boys and girls, today is April 2nd, 2020, and today for reading we are going to read Chapter 3, The New School, out of our book, The Chalkbox Kid. First thing I'd like you to do is to grab your packet that we have for The Chalkbox Kid, and I'd like you to open it up until you get to the page where it says Chapter 3, The New School. Alright, if you have your packet, open it up and let's take a look at the directions for the definitions, for the vocabulary piece. We are going to watch for these words as you read this chapter. Use each of the following vocabulary words in a sentence. Make sure you write your own sentence and not the one from the chapter. So there's going to be 3 words that I have picked out for you. They are guard, brag, and alone. And I want you to write your own sentence using that word. Now you're going to want to check the dictionary so you know what definition and what the word exactly means. And then I'll check and see if you are using that word correctly in a sentence. Finally, down below we have number 4. Once again, this is where you can pick out a word that maybe you're a little unfamiliar with from this chapter. And then once again, find what the meaning of it is and then use that word in a sentence. On the back side, there are 3 questions, and these are questions asking about how do you think. So this is coming from your thoughts. This is not, you're not going to be able to find answers to 1 and 3 in the book. Number 1, it says, how do you think Gregory feels when he comes home and discovers that Uncle Max has covered up Gregory's pictures with his posters? This is a how do you think, or how do you think Gregory feels. It's not going to come out and say it in the book because it's not going to simply say, your name, feel or think Gregory feels like this. I don't know exactly how to word that. Okay? Number 2, after you've written down the answer to number 1, what you think or how you think Gregory is going to feel, number 2 is, how do you know that's how Gregory feels? Find something from the book. This one you can go back in the book and you will find some information in the book. And I want you to find something that supports your thought or your idea as to why or how you think Gregory feels. So you can go back in the book and look for the answer for number 2. Then number 3, once again, you will not find the answer in this book because at number 3 it says, how would you feel if you were Gregory? So this is a how would you feel. This comes from your feelings, your thoughts. Then, down on the very bottom, I have two spaces. One just reads a common noun. That's a person, place, or thing. Just find one of those, write it down. Then I have a proper noun, and that is a name or a title. If you can find one that matches, like the example is Boy and Max, that's great. If you can't, don't worry about it. Just try to find a simple common noun and a proper noun. With that, I'm going to have you turn back to the front where you are looking at the vocabulary words, and when we come across the words, I will have you pause the video. Think of that word. If you need to look it up, and then you can go ahead and form your own sentence. Here we go. Chapter 3, it starts on page 17. So if you do not have your book, pause the video, go grab your book, and when you come back, open up page 17, and you may resume the video. The New School. In the morning, Mother and Daddy got ready for work. She cooked in a restaurant. He was a guard in a bank. Pause the video, find the word, we just read the word guard. Mother asked Gregory, do you want your uncle to go with you to the new school? Gregory shook his head. Don't you want someone to help you get started? She asked. No, he said, I've done it before. He went to school. He found the office. A woman there sent him to room 3, and that was his room. His teacher was Miss Perry. She said to the class, we have a new boy in our room. His name is Gregory. She asked what school he had come from. North Lake, he said. Is that here in the city? She asked. Yes, it's a big school, he told her. It's bigger than this. He liked Miss Perry. He thought he was going to like Dover Street School. He began to learn the names of the boys and girls. At noon, a boy named Vance came up to him on the playground. Vance was the biggest boy in room 3. "Did you say you went to North Lake School?" he asked. "Yes," said Gregory. "What made you say it's a big school?" asked Vance. Some other boys and girls had come by. They were listening. "It is a big school," said Gregory. "No, it isn't," said Vance. "I've been there. It's not as big as this." "It looks bigger," said Gregory. "Well, it isn't," said Vance. "You like to brag, don't you?" I'm going to have you pause there. We just read the word brag. Find what the meaning of that means and go ahead and write out your own sentence. "I wasn't bragging," said Gregory. "I just said it was bigger. I didn't say it was better." He stopped. No one was listening. Vance and the others had gone away. After school, he walked home alone. Once again, that's our third one, so go ahead and pause it and find the definition and write your own sentence for alone. Uncle Max was there, watching television. Gregory went into the room that was his and his uncle's. There were pictures on the walls that he had never seen before. They were big red and black posters of race cars. Gregory's pictures were nowhere in sight. He went back to the front room. "Where are my pictures?" he asked. The television was turned up loud. Uncle Max turned it down. "What did you say?" "My pictures," said Gregory. "Where are they?" "They're still there," said his uncle. "You put your posters over my pictures," said Gregory. "Don't you like my posters?" asked Uncle Max. "No, I don't," said Gregory. "That's too bad," said Uncle Max, and he turned the television up again. Gregory was angry. He wanted to go into the bedroom and tear down all of his uncle's posters. But that would only make things worse. He went out back and tried to find something to do. He shook the gate in the wall. There was a wire that held it shut. He began to work with the wire. He worked until it came loose. He opened the gate. On the other side was part of a building. The building had burned. One room was left. It had 3 walls and no roof, and there were bricks all over the floor. It looked as if no one had been there for a long time. Gregory went in. He walked through spider webs and dust. He piled up some bricks and sat down on them. He leaned back and looked at the sky. It was peaceful here, and he began to feel better. He was not quite so angry now. And that's the end of chapter 3. So you may go ahead and look for the word that maybe you're unfamiliar with and write that down for number 4. Then you can go ahead and work on the back side and the bonus with the common and the proper noun. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. You can do the video chat, you can have somebody email me, or you can have somebody call into the Google Voice. All right, thank you, 2nd and 3rd graders. We'll see you tomorrow.